A girl had just gone to sit in the airplane's toilet. Suddenly, a massive jolt hit. She slammed into the restroom walls, stumbling hard. Terrified, she screamed, "Is anyone there?" But the only answer was silence. When she opened her eyes, everything had changed. All around her was a deadly silence. She tried to get out, but the door wouldn't budge, as if sealed from outside. Finally, she kicked it with all her strength, and as the door burst open, what she saw left her frozen. Where the airplane should have been, there was a snowy, deserted mountain. It hit her. The plane had crashed. Lifeless bodies scattered across the ground told a horrifying truth. She hoped maybe someone else survived, but death was the only passenger left. Just as the last ray of hope started to fade, a faint cry echoed from a distance. She rushed over. A man buried in the wreckage. She rescued him, but now they faced another battle. A bone-chilling snowstorm began to howl around them. She rushed back into the plane, gathered warm clothes and blankets. Then both of them hid inside the only shelter left, the restroom. Because out there, death waited in the cold. Clinging to each other, wrapped in blankets, they barely survived the night. To stay alive, they had to forget everything: fear, shame, and distance. The next morning, she stepped outside and saw nothing but snow, snow, and more snow. This place was so deserted, rescue might never arrive. She began to feel maybe dying would be easier. But then, the man shook her. "Your parents are waiting for you." She snapped back. But now the man looked broken. The storm returned. They hid again in that tiny space. But now, hiding wasn't enough. They had to move. Maybe there was a village nearby. The girl hesitated. Out there, only death awaits. But the man walked off alone. And out of fear, she followed him into the white unknown. Their journey began, silent, dangerous, and cold. They crossed mountain after mountain, but no sign of life. Frustration boiled over. She yelled at him. Then, his face turned pale. He shouted, "Run!" She turned and saw a massive avalanche charging toward her. She couldn't even move, and in the next second she was buried. Her faint breathing, her only connection to life. The man, who had hidden in a cave, now returned to dig her out. His bare hands bled as he clawed at the snow. But then, a faint voice. She was alive. Finally, he uncovered her face from the snow, still breathing, like a miracle. Moments later, she opened her eyes. Something had changed between them. He whispered, "I love you." She smiled, "I love you too." But the joy didn't last long. They set out again, one last journey, and finally reached a mountain where the snow ended. A flicker of hope shimmered. Suddenly, disaster. The man fell off a ledge. She rushed to him, but his arm was broken. Watching him in pain, she blamed herself. She helped him walk. Then, he coughed up blood. It was clear. He had internal injuries. He begged her to leave him, to find help, and come back if she survived. She wandered alone through the forest. Then suddenly, a hungry wolf appeared. She fought with everything she had to survive. Eventually, she killed the wolf, and there it was, a road. But before she could celebrate, she collapsed. When she opened her eyes, she was in a hospital. Her mother sat by her side. A driver had found her and saved her life. And the man she loved, he was alive too. After recovery, they returned to that mountain, where they had faced death, found love, and hope. This wasn't the end, just a new beginning.